Boys, hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Howdy.
I'm very, very distraught. I'm very upset.
We didn't do an intro.
It's okay. Welcome back to this Fun in the Buzz game.
I'm Soggy John,
And I'm Ben.
I'm Ben.
and this is
What?
Your mama.
your mother's favorite podcast.
Your mom's hot box.
Your mom's podcast.
Damn, that's name change. Your mom's podcast.
I think we should change
And then we
it.
just talk about Julia Child's cooking
I think
recipes
we
all
should
day.
talk about we should talk about cooking and our childbearing hips.
I don't know about. I ain't got childbearing hips.
It was Women's Day 2 days ago.
It was
And
International
today's
Women's Day.
Mario's Day. Today's Mario Day, March 10th.
You think they're gonna announce something today for Mario Day?
I think they already did.
Did they?
Probably. I've seen it on YouTube this morning.
Who the fuck knows? Nintendo's a bunch of idiots.
And in 10 years from now, it's going to be Ben Day. Well, on Ben's birthday. That being said, Kyle, go ahead.
So I'm distraught. I'm very distraught. You guys saw. My childhood idol hero died. He's fucking dead. Like 6 feet under dead.
We get it.
DED. He's up in heaven with Goku, flying on the Nimbus.
No Dragon Balls
None.
to bring him back.
Wait. Here. I have Shenron and the balls here. We'll bring him back. That's how it
We should
works,
all
right?
make a wish.
I think it's only one wish. I don't think it's three.
Oh, the
It's not a-
Namekian one is 3.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Which I have that one too. That's out in the other room. I got all the dragons.
Then we-
Anyway,
We have one wish right now. What is it? We have to agree on.
Why are you guys looking at me?
We have to agree.
we
on
have
it.
to agree on the wish.
I wish. I'm gonna say it right now. I wish everybody watching right now follows us on all social medias and subscribes on YouTube right now.
Sure.
Okay, we agree.
Sure.
All right, continue what you're saying.
But as you guys know, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. Like, probably one of the biggest I know. Been watching it since not the beginning because it started in the '80s, but like, he pulled me out of a lot of really dark times in my life, and that show just kind of hit a spot for me that, like, my own family couldn't really satisfy, if that makes sense. Like, when my parents would hit me in the wrong ways, I would then go watch Dragon Ball to get hit in the right way. But it's like, I woke up Monday morning, had a text from one of my buddies, and he's like, yo, Akira Toriyama died. And like instantly my eyes started welling
It
up.
happened
I was
Monday?
like, it's like Monday or Tuesday,
Yeah, I don't know. It was
something
early.
like that. Yeah, it was
Close.
earlier in the week.
I didn't know it was that early.
But if you don't know, like, he was 68 years old, which realistically is still like incredibly young to pass. But like, they said he had like a brain hemorrhage or something that ultimately like ruptured and caused like internal bleeding that they couldn't fix. And there was a letter written to well, not to anybody in particular, but Ichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, worked under Akira Toriyama and then took inspiration to then create the One Piece universe based off of like the experiences he had with Toriyama. So Oda wrote a letter that says, it's too early, the hole is too big. The thought of never seeing you again fills me with sadness. I've admired him so much since I was a kid, and I can even remember the day when he called me by name for the first time. I also miss the day we had a great time with Mr. Kishimoto on the way home from the day when we used the word friend for us. I also remember the last conversation we had. He is one of the people who took the baton from the era when reading manga would make you stupid and created an era where both adults and children read and enjoy manga. He showed us the dream that manga can do things like this and that we can go to the world. Or, hello? We can go to the world. He gave it to me. It was like watching a hero push forward. The excitement of the Dragon Ball serialization is probably rooted in the childhoods of not only manga artists but also creators active in all industries. That existence is a great tree. For manga artists of my generation who have stood on the same stage, the closer I got to Toriyama's works, the more I realized that they had a greater presence. So scary, but I'm just happy to see the easygoing man himself again. But we love Toriyama Sensei on a blood level. We would like to express our respect and gratitude to the richly creative world that Toriyama Sensei left behind, and pray for his response from the bottom of our hearts. I hope that heaven will be a pleasant world just as you envisioned it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was talking about it this week to somebody. I don't think like I'm not a big anime guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with Dragon Ball Z, or just Dragon Ball as a whole, but mainly Dragon Ball Z, like people know Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, and probably you guys too, at least at one point in your life, for you Ben, at least I don't know if you were into it like that, where you'd wake up, Saturday mornings, and you go to like what was it, Four Kids? Is that the TV station that it would be on? Four Kids. Four Kids.
Dragon Ball was on Cartoon
It
Network.
was on
I was
Cartoon
about to
Network.
say, I
too.
think it
Yeah.
was Cartoon
I
Network.
remember it was on there, but it was on another one, I think. I don't know. But, like, you'd wake up Saturday mornings and, like, they'd have, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And they'd have Pokemon, and then they'd have Dragon Ball, and they'd, whatever other cartoons they would have on. And, like, when I was younger, I didn't see, and even, like, it just, as somebody who's not into anime at all, Dragon Ball was just, it just was different. It was just another cartoon. But I think it separates itself from every other anime and a lot of just, media as a whole. You look at these characters and you can compare them to like you look at Goku, no matter what, that motherfucker's always been like he's never backed down. He's always like gone over the fucking limit. He's just been like
He's been that guy.
he's been that guy. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you could compare him to like I don't want to say it's like somebody that you could look up to, you know what I mean? But it's a character with characteristics that you could idolize as a human being. You know what I mean? When the going gets tough, he would get going. You know what I mean? And there's
Yeah.
like for obviously different people, it's different. Like for me, like there's like football players specifically. Obviously, I look up to. There's really a lot of football players that I look up to because their backstory and when same shit with Goku. When they were just that guy. And I just think that's was able to separate it from everything else, especially with like anime. Like obviously you can relate to fucking everybody from whatever, but Goku, I just feel like a lot of the Dragon Ball characters that he created were just they were different. You know what I mean? They just felt different, and they had. I think the Dragon Ball characters go. If you were to watch that in any other anime, more Dragon Ball characters would have an impact on you more than any other anime. You know what I'm saying?
What was
I
that?
had to. Ouch! I had to update the other side.
Gotcha.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's crazy because like I feel like Goku inspired a lot of other like big characters in the series. Like we were talking about it briefly before we started, and I just mentioned in that like Oda, the creator of One Piece, took a lot of inspiration from him. And hands down, between like all of the animes that are out there, I would honestly say that One Piece and Dragon Ball by far are the two that had the biggest impact probably on a lot of people. I know me for sure, but a lot of other people. Like you got into One Piece recently and started watching it, and
Well,
you're
I mean,
really
Naruto
enjoying
too.
it.
Naruto's up there.
Right.
I think those
It's like
three-
those top three
Yeah.
are, and those three alone because of him.
I think those three. That's why they're so big. Just they're so like people are like those are basic. You watch those animes. They're so basic. But I feel like you watch them for a fucking reason. You know what I mean? You don't watch an anime or you don't fuck with something because it's shitty. You fuck with something, or so many people fuck with it because it's good. Because
Yeah.
it's just they're just better, and they just have a bigger impact because they were just better, and he just did it differently. Obviously,
Yeah. I mean, what do you think?
I think it's incredible how inspirational he was to not just, the everyday person, but I mean, artists in general. And uh, it's just a shame, man. It
Yeah.
sucks.
It's crazy because like I feel like if it wasn't for Dragon Ball and with what he created, I think that anime as a whole, not it would have made its way over here eventually.
Well, what
But I
most
feel
people
like
don't realize about Dragon Ball is it started 10 years earlier in like South American countries because of the fact that like the US didn't want to put it in the States yet because it was too violent for children. But like I started scrolling through TikTok and I started seeing a lot of Spanish TikToks, which like is weird because I never get that stuff anyway. But a lot of it was about Toriyama and the Latin American community and how hard it hit them because they had it 10 years before we did.
I think that if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, I don't think the anime and that kind of culture would be as big as it is over here.
Absolutely not. People can shit on Dragon Ball all they want, but that was
It was the
starting.
GOAT.
Yeah.
I think that, and it's so crazy the impact it has. Like you see it everywhere. You literally fucking see it everywhere. I see people that they'll have fucking hoodies on with the whatever that's on the Goku's back, the symbol, the jet, whatever.
Turtle
it is.
Hermit.
Yeah. It has, you see it everywhere. Like even in fucking Madden of all places, the last season for Madden there was a program. It was called the Genkai Force program, and it was an anime. Like they had, like the one player, he's big into anime. His name is Jamal Williams. He's fucking big into fucking anime. He did his little player intro, and he was wearing a fucking Naruto headband. Like the dude that's what he's all about. And there was a little anime card of him, and then there was like all these little like fictional anime players, and then there was like a whole event around it. It's like crazy to see something like that into Madden. You know what I mean? Just for it to be so big.
It was
To
like
be
the
in-
whole Fortnite collab too they did. The whole Dragon Ball, like, dude, when I found out about the Dragon Ball collab in Fortnite, I logged in, I bought all the characters that I could that were available, and I logged out of the game. I never touched it. I just wanted it because the Dragon Ball stuff, like, I have it fucking plastered on my body. That's how much it means, and that's how big of an impact that like it's made on my life to have it permanently put on my body for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And you were saying you're literally going to completely get
Yeah.
your whole sleeve done in the style of Dragon Ball.
Yeah. And like I have this empty space here, and I was thinking, since I have the chibi styles of like Broly, Gogeta, and Vegito, I'm gonna do a little chibi style of like Akira Toriyama here on my arm.
I think that'd be sick. But I think what he like for it to be mixed in with just like for that culture to make its way into our just everything it's involved with, and for all like the crossovers like with Madden or with like wherever else you see it where you don't think you'd see it. It's I don't want to say it's all because of him, but it wouldn't be.
He was a big part of it for
he
sure.
was like he definitely. I think it was him. I do think it wasn't for him without Dragon Ball and shit like that. Dragon Ball and then One Piece and Naruto eventually. I don't think it would be as big as it is. Like,
let's take a look and see exactly what he all like did. Son Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Frieza, Bulma, Trunks, Krillin, Piccolo. Yeah, all the Dragon Ball people. I know. Oh, here it is. So, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, Chrono Trigger. He did. Super, of course. Doctor Slump, Dragon Quest. Like those were. Yeah. Yep. That was like some of the major works that he did. Oh, here it is. Here's a better one. So yeah, of course, all the Dragon Ball stuff. Wow, he played a part in the live action Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball
Did he really?
Evolution, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it says right here. I don't know why he saw that through because it was fucking terrible. No offense.
It was god awful.
R.I.P.
I thought it was cool
to him,
I
but
thought
like
it was cool as shit. I seen it at dollar. Like it was like $3. The Dollar General when I was little, like on DVD.
Godzilla, 1985 Godzilla. He was a
That
part
doesn't
of.
surprise me.
Godzilla's so big in Japan. I love Godzilla.
But just
Gojira.
it's so funny because like you use that corny ass like Lion King quote that Mufasa said. He's like, everything the light touches is yours, and like I feel like that's how it was with Toriyama. Like everything this touches like is because of you. Like Ichiro Oda's only 49 years old. So like Oda met Toriyama when he was a young child, adult, teen, whatever. And it's crazy to me, man. It's like sitting here talking about it gives me kind of goosebumps.
Well, yeah, he's one of your idols, man. He's one of your favorite icons.
Yeah. I have a fear that because like there's a new non-canon Dragon Ball series coming out soon called Dragon Ball Daima,
Why would it
Dima?
matter though if it's non-canon?
Because Toriyama had a prodigy that he was training, and his prodigy took that project over completely. So I think Toriyama in the back of his head kind of knew that like I don't have much time, so I need to find somebody who's going to be the successor to what I've created, and I got to find somebody who's not going to fuck it up.
So then wouldn't that technically make it canon?
No, because it's all chibi style art. Like there's characters in it that aren't a part of the show. But like I guess he was giving him this opportunity to show what he can do art style wise before he kicks off into the canon stuff. That's just my guess.
I think if Dragon Ball were to just, now that he's gone, if they were to be like, yeah, we're done.
I don't see it.
I don't see that happening. But if they were, I don't think that would be a problem because everything he has had for how long? 30 years? 30,
I think it was 1985 or 86 is when it originally
like 30
started.
almost 40 years now.
Are we talking about Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
It was like 85.
86. Yeah.
So he's given the world that much. You know what I mean? Like he's given the world how many years is that?
Full almost 40.
Yeah, so
He
let's
was-
just say 40 years. He's given us 40 years. You know what I mean? That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking
And that's a
time.
lot of shit in that 40 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much from everything Dragon Ball, from the anime to the books to the video games. One of my favorite video games growing up was Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2 on the GameCube.
Well,
Banger fucking game.
Sparking Limits is coming out soon, which
I
is
know.
technically a Budokai Tenkaichi 4.
Well, he was also involved in Dragon Quest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I mean, let's be real here. Dragon Quest kind of inspired Pokemon. I'm not gonna.
Absolutely.
and Pokemon
I'm not
inspired
gonna-
Pal World, but we can get into Pal
Have
World in a
that debate.
second. I want to talk about Pal World in a few minutes. But he's given us so much. You know what I mean? So it's like with everything he's touched, it's like I think he's given us more than enough. You know what I mean? He's given the world so much, and I think not that it's gonna stop, but if it did, it would be like, you know, don't be sad that it's over. Be happy
That it
that
happened.
It happened.
Be
So-
happy that it happened and it inspired so many people. I feel like he's just the start of anime, honestly.
Definitely here and for us as Americans.
As Americans, especially.
I'm going to play a clip quick. And I found a editing software that's free that I can use. So this video might not be out till like Tuesday.
Is it gonna be right here?
It'll probably be like right in between you guys. Yeah. But there is a scene in Dragon Ball Resurrection F. No, not Resurrection F, Battle of the Gods, where they show Sean Schimmel, who's the voice actor of Goku, in the booth screaming. And just the fact that they
oh my
found
God, I've seen that clip.
just the fact that they have found somebody. Here it is. And that's all him.
Yeah, he's just screaming.
Like, look at that. I got full fucking goosebumps, dude.
You can hear the passion
Yeah.
in his voice for his
Absolutely.
character.
And it's like Toriyama himself met Sean Schimmel and said, "You are the embodiment of what I pictured Goku to be," which is crazy.
Which is like an honor to hear.
Right. And like Ichiro Oda came out, and the guy that played the live action Luffy, he looked at him and said, "You are Monkey D. Luffy." And I was just like, wow. Nobody sees Oda. Nobody ever sees that guy. But the fact that he came out when the live action One Piece happened and met the whole entire crew and was like, "You guys are what I pictured Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Zoro, Luffy to look like." Everybody was like, wow, I'm incredibly fucking honored to see that
Did
or
he
to
say,
hear that.
wait, he said that to the voice actors or the actors in the new?
Actors.
The actors in the new show.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Oda himself gave praise to them and was like, "You guys are the real life Straw Hats."
Heck yeah.
And then
the casting's perfect in that.
Toriyama even looked at Chris Sabat, who plays Vegeta, and Sean Schimmel, who plays Goku, and was like, "You guys are the embodiment of Vegeta and Goku." And it's like Sean Schimmel came out with a statement that said, like, I don't have words to express how I feel, because over the last, Sean Schimmel's been doing this shit for like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, over the last 20 years, I've been a part of this. I've grown to know him. I've grown to call him friend, not just essentially my boss of the whole franchise that I'm a part of. And it's like all of these creators and all of these artists and voice actors are coming out being like, it's devastating. And like, I'll be honest, when other celebrities die, whatever. The only celebrity that hit me hard was Robin Williams when he died.
Yeah, musically for me, it was like Chester Bennington, Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
Those sucked.
But like, this is the first actor or first person that's been a celebrity, a figure, somebody in the light of the public that has really fucked me up and hit me hard.
That's happened to me more. Like, I think that's going to happen now the older we get.
Yeah.
Because all these people, like for me a few years ago, DMX, when he died, like he's been my favorite rapper ever. And when he died, it was just like, obviously he's not making music, but it's like, you know, you have people come back and they remake music, and he's never going to do that again. And like recently, I know it's not like we grew up with him, and you know, he got a lot of bad press, and he's literally my age. But with Two Mad died, like I've been watching that motherfucker since he was, you know, not even using his voice in videos.
Yeah.
And posting on the Overwatch subreddit and shit like that, and just seeing that, it's like, you know, you'll see his clips, you know, the hey, just about to go to bed and we couldn't Skype him, but that's all right. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow. You're gonna see that forever, everybody. And then, but there's gonna be no more content these people are making. It's just so crazy. You know what I mean?
When the artist passes away, it makes the content even more special to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like if you go back and listen to like your favorite musician's songs that passed away and hit you hard, it makes all of the songs even more like emotional. So that kind of plays part in like, you know, Dragon Ball for you.
Yeah.
And the next time you go back and watch it, you're going to be thinking about Akira, and it sucks, but it's makes it more of an emotional experience, you know?
I've grown closer and grown to enjoy it more now. Like, I feel like growing up, I kind of took that stuff for granted. That like now that I'm older, I can really sit and appreciate the work that has gone into the franchise that has meant the most to me as a kid.
Yeah, and that's the thing about like especially death and celebrities or artists that created, you know, whatever it is you love, is like you don't really ever think about that. You just think about the show because the show is special to you. And sometimes you don't think about the artist.
Yeah.
But this is one of those things where like it's a lesson learned for everybody all the time. That's why I think when, you know, somebody with such a big name passes away, it's such a big deal because everyone realizes, oh, wow, we're not going to be getting these things from this person anymore.
Yeah.
And it hits, man.
Because
really
you get the
does.
fear sometimes that like whoever's taking over is just gonna fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And like with Linkin Park, right? They just released their last archived song. Like that's it. That's the last time we'll hear Chester
Yeah.
in that last song. And unfortunately, the radio station that we listen to is just gonna drive it into the ground, and nobody's gonna want to fucking listen to it anyway anymore.
Absolutely.
Just like the what was it, the Blink 182 song
Yeah.
that came out.
Yeah.
Like I first heard, it, I was like, oh, this is good. And then it just kept playing and playing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
God
Playing.
damn it, stop! It was so bad.
I heard that song 2 times in an hour one day.
That's fucking.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
it's overdone.
But that was. I just kind of wanted to briefly touch that.
I think
we
should have I think we should have a drink for all the fucking legends. We all got gamer subs.
I don't got gamer subs.
I got coffee.
Ben, you
Yeah,
got-
I'll drink coffee.
All right, we'll pretend we have a fucking drink to all the fucking people that have passed, that we look up to, that have left a mark on our lives in the world. Shout out to all of them.
Salud.
Thank you for everything. Now,
I feel like the 4-star Dragon Ball is just imprinted on my heart now. I mean, I have it here, but I feel like it's here. It's permanently a part of here. Because, like, one last thing before we go into something more lighthearted, because I have a story I want to tell you guys that is fucking hilarious.
well, I want to kill the mood first.
Well, no, I'm about to. I'm about to kill it more than we already did.
Well, I'm gonna kill it more once we do this.
So, my grandfather meant everything and anything to me.
Mhm.
He was a big part of my life. He taught me everything I know about sports, taught me everything I knew about life because my parents weren't around to really do that for me. They were too engulfed in partying and drinking and doing other shit than taking care of their own children. So, there was a part in Dragon Ball, and I might get teared up just talking about it. But there's a part in Dragon Ball where Grandpa Gohan gave Goku the 4-star Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And Goku kept that the whole way through the fucking show.
And you
Still, never let it go because of his grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
For my 31st birthday, Kayla did a scavenger hunt for me.
Okay.
It's on TikTok. I'll put it in the description of the YouTube video if you want to go see it. It's TheSteelNation's on TikTok. But she did a Dragon Ball scavenger hunt for me, and what she did was she got little Dragon Radar Post-its, and there was 7 clues with these Post-its, and she made me cookies and cream fudge, and shaped them into balls to look like the 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of this scavenger hunt, she had a chocolate heart, and on top of it, it says, "Will you be the Vegeta to my Bulma?" And our promise rings were in there.
Okay.
But for the 4-star Dragon Ball, let me see if I still have what it said. Let me go pull up the TikTok quick. Shut up, Jimmy Fallon. Or Jimmy Kimmel, whatever the fuck your name is.
Is that the one who spent a lot of time on Epstein's Island?
Yeah.
Loser.
This music isn't available? I wasn't looking for music. Oh, fuck. It wasn't on mine. It was on hers. But this will also kind of give me a hot second to compose myself because I felt my eyes get welled up. I felt my shit get teary.
I'm telling you guys right now, I remember when that scavenger hunt happened, and you were crying for like a week.
I was.
I wasn't born yet.
Here we go.
Yeah, you weren't born
I
yet.
wasn't even born yet. Like last year.
All right. So the first clue said, I will go like clue by clue because it's really fucking cool. Like she planned this since we first got together. She even went on the Dragon Ball subreddit and was asking people for quotes and hints about like how to properly do this.
I went on a Dragon Ball subreddit one time and I did not like what I seen.
So clue 2 said, to find the next clue, it is where Majin Buu turned the people into chocolate. which was the kitchen was the next clue. And then I thought they were kickballs, but they were fudge. So clue 3 was, even though you heard it, even though I look clumsy, the Kai didn't want me the Kai didn't want to come across me. Now, yum yum yum, get in my tummy. That was a quote that Boo said when he was getting ready to eat Vegito when he turned him into a little chocolate ball. So the next clue after that was,
Who
or
did
it
turn
was
into
in
a
the,
cookie? Didn't somebody get turned into a cookie?
I think it was Vegito,
It wasn't the fucking.
but it was in the fridge because the food that he turned him into was in the fridge. All right, shut up. All right, clue 4. Here it is.
You got this, buddy.
It says saying goodbye is never easy, Goku, but it is a necessary step before we can say hello again, and we will, I promise. Sorry.
It's okay, buddy. You feel those emotions and you heal.
But she put the 4-star Dragon Ball on top of my grandpa's ashes. And I still have it. I still have the Dragon Ball.
Was it was it the ball or was it like a cake?
It was a cake pop, or it was the cookies and cream fudge in the orange chocolate
Gotcha.
with the red stars on top.
Gotcha.
It's still out there.
Is this it?
Yeah. But it's still in good shape. I don't think it's molding.
If somebody wants to edit, I know this is whatever. If somebody wants to edit, like when he hands me the box, but edit the clip from, I think it's Monster House when he eats. You know what I'm talking about? I think if somebody can make that, that'd be so funny.
But
Here, Kayla. Oh.
that's and then she's crocheting me all 7 of the Dragon Balls.
You're gonna make me get my kitty senses get single. I'm like,
If you want to drop it in front of the camera quick.
yeah.
Yeah. But she's going to make all 7 of the Dragon Balls for me. She's going to crochet them.
Dude, you want to take this? I don't want it to melt.
I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've had a moment like that. It's been a very long time.
I very rarely see you cry, ever.
Yeah. And
I want to give you a big old hug right now.
But that's why that show means so much. Because of how much Grandpa Gohan meant to Goku. And how much my grandfather meant to me. So when she did that scavenger hunt, and I saw that, immediately I cried. Like, he had such a big impact on my life.
Yeah.
And like, the whole fucking shrine of my collectibles, you can see that like my Dragon Ball side is way bigger. But it's rough, man.
Go Broncos. Go Broncos.
But yeah,
Who's the Broncos?
it's just crazy, man. It's crazy to see how much somebody like that, he wasn't even from the States, and that's the crazy part. He was in Japan, and the impact he had on people all over the world is crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me. He was the real one. He was that guy. He was the goat of all goats.
Goat Koo. Well, Ben, you brought up how Dragon Quest inspired Pokemon. And there's been a game that, Pokemon inspired that we talked about episode 1 that everybody was playing. And everybody's talking about it. And everybody's talking about how big this game is going to be in the future. And where's it gone? Where's Pale World been?
Well,
Where's
to be
Pale World
fair,
been?
they put a post on Twitter that said, we have drastically underestimated our staff. We don't want to work them too much, so they just put up a bunch of job applications to hire people. So they just recently pushed out an update, like towards the end of February, that fixed a lot of like quality of life shit. But I'll be honest, I haven't touched it.
I've been meaning to. I just haven't.
Yeah.
I just want to say something. Pale World devs, look at me. You will never be Game Freak. You will never make a game as good as any of the Pokemon games. And when I tried your shitty game out, it sucked. And it will always suck. That's why it's dead. That's why it will always be dead.
Well,
that being said, Pokemon ZA got announced, and that game is going to be fucking fire.
Nope, it's gonna suck.
No, it's not.
You shit on Power World, I'm gonna shit on Pokemon.
That wasn't. No, I was shit on the devs.
But no, there's our Power World sponsorship out the window. Thanks, appreciate you.
You and I can't
And Pal
speak
World
for him
devs?
because he can't speak for us because
Right.
we enjoyed the game.
Absolutely, I
And
enjoyed
Pal
it.
World
We
devs-
enjoy the game.
And Pal World devs, my address is. I'm just kidding.
So,
I just wanted to bring that up.
on a more funny note,
Is this the
this is the
P.
Kid
Diddy,
Rock
Kid Rock thing,
Vanilla
whatever it
Ice
is?
thing, yeah.
Vanilla Ice,
Kyle,
not P Diddy.
Kyle
What
told
the
me
fuck?
Monday. He said I got a podcast topic this
I
week.
told both of you Monday,
Monday,
mind
and
you.
he said don't look anything up. Don't look it up. I said okay.
Dude, I almost did. I'm sorry. I almost did. And I was like, I
I've been,
can't.
like-
I can't.
I wanted to like Monday, Tuesday, and then like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I just kind of like completely just
Forgot about it?
Just because if I did, I was like tempted to like look it up. Like I seen something about like the Shannon Sharp shit keeps making me want to look it up because we talked about the Shannon Sharp thing.
Yeah.
Which if anybody ever see that, Shannon Sharp is not gay. He's not gay. He just had a lot of hip surgeries. But that's wanted to make me look up the Kid Rock and Vanilla Ice thing. But just
So we all know Kid Rock was in the news a couple months back because he said some very insensitive things.
Like,
nope.
He
No.
went to
okay, maybe let's.
one of his concerts. He dropped the F word and not fuck, the other one,
the
Yep.
pertaining to gay people.
yes.
He got a lot of shit for it. And then the whole Bud Light thing came out, where Bud Light was doing pride cans, and Kid Rock then lost his shit and
Yeah,
started
yeah,
shooting
yeah.
30 packs of Bud Light, also flinging the F word around. So I recently came across an article that Vanilla Ice and Kid Rock were going to go on tour or do a show in New York City. They canceled the show. The reason they canceled the show was because New York, how did they word that? New York reeked with the smell of avocado toast and liberal tears. That's why they canceled the show. Because they don't want to be around the liberals. They don't want to be around the hipsters.
They, like, including Vanilla Ice?
Yes, they both said it.
Dude, real quick.
They both came out and said
I never knew that Vanilla Ice was considered like a conservative type of guy.
their exact